But what's it called? Apollo. So the first question is, how far do you think you've come from when you first started debating compared to now? Do you think you're way better? Do you think you how much do you think you've changed?
I would definitely say I'm way better. Like, for example, I went from like not really knowing like just basic fucking fallacies to like being able to like go into some like in-depth stuff regarding philosophy and so on. So
Hegelian.
I'd say I got like way better, especially in the substance. And the rhetoric is just like obviously, it's just obviously the case I've gotten better at that lens also.
Yeah.
Higher degree of composure, confidence, etc., and
Would you
fluency.
would you say that you had a funner time being on Discord back then when you sucked compared to now, in which you think you're the best?
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
Would you, if you could go back, would you rather be terrible at debating but still be having a fun time on the app, or be great at debating and having a terrible time on the app, or the app being boring?
Being as great as I am at debating and having like a terrible time due to a lot of people just stick much in me.
Hmm. Would you say you'd rather go back to when you were in Amigakure, when you were in Malevolent Shrine? Is it?
Uh, Perhaps, but I think that if I was to go back in those cases, I think maybe I would like have the disadvantage of not being as skillful as I am right now. So I guess that would be something which I won't really like. It's not something that I would desire.
Hmm. When you first got into debating, who was your toughest debate?
When I first got into debating, my toughest debate was against Spencer.
Ooh, I remember that. I was there. Um, your toughest debate was against Spencer. What about your
Yeah,
debate with
initially, and then
Donna?
obviously, Six became a tougher opponent. So like yeah, guys, I lost to Spencer like badly, and I got like embarrassed both from the rhetoric and argumentation at the time back then, and then I got demolished by Six several times on Naruto.
Hmm. Okay. Right now, though you think you're the best, are there any debaters who you would like to debate but have not yet?
There are plenty of them, but majority of them just ducks me, so like it's not really worth mentioning.
Who would be the toughest debate if you were to debate you think you might lose?
Uh, I guess this is going to be topic dependent, but I would say that I might lose against a couple of people, like just like Ariana's or Ethan Muse or maybe Synth also,
Yeah.
or maybe I guess that's it.
Hmm.
Don't know if I could add anyone else.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. In terms of fictional debating, excluding all of your accomplishments aside from that, do you think that you'd still be one of the top tiers if you only focused on debating fiction?
I think I'd be one of the top tiers. I was already one of the top tiers as a fiction debater because
Hmm.
I did that one time kind of like embarrass chaos in fiction. But if I was to never study philosophy, never read through philosophy or anything,
Yeah.
I think I would still be pretty good because I was already pretty good in argumentation theory, which is not necessarily part of philosophy. It's just mainly focusing on the raw fundamental aspects of debating. And naturally, over time, it would be inevitable that my rhetoric would get good enough to the degree where it is an undisputable fact that I would be at the top echelons of the debating in the more specifically the fiction debating community.
Who do you think is the best current fiction debater?
Yes, for sure.
Gios. I don't know about that.
Yep.
Um, do you think that over time, once philosophy becomes, let's say, less debated, you might move back to fiction?
No.
Hmm. If you were to debate fiction, which verse would you debate?
Um, it's perhaps like Lookism, JJK, or Naruto.
So the OGs, okay. Would you say you've missed some of your former friends who have left the app over time?
Yeah, of course.
How long would you say, as a rough estimate, have you even been debating?
VC debating
Yeah,
would be for like 3 years.
3 years. Okay, that's fair
Started
enough.
VC debating from 2021,
Ah,
so it would be 3 years.
same. Okay, okay. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Where do you think
And even
most?
the even the first year when I started, I wasn't as consistent. So when
Yeah,
I actually like grinded the fuck out of VC debate, it would be 2022.
yeah.
Yeah. In fact,
So,
you'd find most of my recordings on YouTube, but 2 years ago, not 3 or 4 years ago. So
yeah. Where do you think most of your the hatred in the fiction community specifically comes from?
me being the best debater.
Do you think that they may hate you, for example, because of certain actions you've done, or do you think it's purely out of jealousy?
Obviously, purely out of jealousy. I don't like go on people's like made for no reason.
Okay.
Which actions would it be? I'm not a doxer, right?
In
I
terms
don't
of
nuke servers either.
yeah. In terms of the IRL, the philosophy debating community, how good would you say? Oh, actually, why do you think they would even dislike you?
Well, it's not the RL community really. This okay. So there are like different parts. I wouldn't say I'm like disliked quote unquote to the RL community because I would say that in the Islam server, I'm pretty liked in that server,
Mm-hmm.
and in certain parts of PNR. But I would tell you the reasons. So the main reason as to why I'm not really liked in the clubhouse side of the philosophy community is because of my associations with Arianas, who was like the most disliked in that community. So because of that, that's the reason why they don't like me in that community.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Um, for the other parts, which is glaucoma server, I don't really understand that part. That's just a mystery as of now. But like, yeah.
I understand. I understand. I get what you mean. So, overall, are there any aspects of your debating style that you would wish to change?
Mm, no, I think my current debating style is literally perfect. So balanced.
Hmm. You think it's like, what aspect do you think you excel in the most when it comes to debating?
That's really hard to quantify. Like, it's really hard to answer that question. It's either rhetoric or like knowledge.
Hmm. What topic in terms of philosophy would you say you are best in?
Actually, parents don't know. It's definitely on something related to metaphysics, for sure.
Hmm.
It's in metaphysics in that branch.
Most people say that you are best in terms of philosophy of mind. Would you disagree with this?
Probably, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm the best at that topic. So I'd
Do you
say, yeah,
think there are
probably.
any debaters who may be better than you in terms of philosophy of mind?
I wouldn't say that. Who
Okay.
holds the physicalist position? No, I don't think so.
What about the anti-physicalist position?
You could argue that there are debaters who are relative to me in that topic, but I'm not sure if they would be better.
Okay, that's fair enough. So now for the final question. In terms of overall on this app, do you think there's any more worth accomplishing? And if not, will you then begin to take students to become on your level so you can continue and expand your influence?
All for the latter, yeah, obviously. So a couple of these students are Gary and Vortex. As it relates to anything worth accomplishing, I guess nothing much. Just hop on here for like a hobby and just like demolish and bully people intellectually, and that's it.
Okay. That concludes the interview. This has been Apollo, aka Loss, aka Ajax, aka Moguldos. We'll be interviewing Sakazuki next, and you'll see that next time.